Hello stock stalkers, welcome back. Coming week will be very interesting as Trump is taking over the office tomorrow. Investors will be listening to his speech very carefully. Financial markets are expected to be very volatile. Let's start analyzing the market. I'm on the higher time, that is weekly chart of Dubai financial market. We are seeing a red closing, which is a dodgy candle on the weekly chart, indicating indecisiveness in the market. We saw a solid green candle right here last week. From here I was expecting a continuous upside momentum till about 5296, and then our next resistance is 5393 points. If you remember earlier, market was going through a resistance area that was at 5115 and 5190 points. Previously, when it was trying for a breakout right here, as we can see, this is the rejection that market saw at 5115 points. Market went up, it retested this zone with a red candle, and then finally we saw a nice momentum to the upside. Similarly, what we are seeing here is there are chances it might break out this resistance very soon, but for that market has to come back into the trading channel, which I will discuss in a while. But on the weekly chart we are seeing some sort of weakness as of now with this red candle, like how we saw here and here as well. If at all market has to continue its upside move, then it has to close above 5259 points. That is the high of this dodgy candle. Now let me go down to daily and see how the chart is looking. Here clearly I have defined support and resistance areas for you. If you remember, I had mentioned if at all market wants to come down for a correction, then we have our designated support areas. First one is obviously here. We saw a minor bounce in Friday's session. If at all market does not sustain here, then we have next support area at 5115 points. I hope market does not go for a deeper correction. In that scenario, obviously there are minor support zones on the way down. Strong support is at 4902 points. Let's measure it before I go down to 15 minutes chart. If at all market comes down till about this support, then we have around 1.8% drop, which is fine. Market can digest this one and then continue its upside move. But in worst scenario, if at all market comes down slowly and steadily, then this drop is measured till about 5.85%. If we round off, then this is a big drop. Hopefully this does not happen. Now let's go down to 15 minutes, and this is what I have been mentioning lately. Right here we can see market was beautifully traveling within this zone. This is the channel that it was trading in, and lately it was not able to go higher from here and touch the ceiling of this trend line, that is resistance area. In fact, we saw market dropped a bit. It broke this trend line that is acting as a support, tried to climb up again, but it could not touch the upper range again of this trend line. And from here, finally in Thursday's session we saw a breakdown. Market closed below the support zone, and in Friday's session we saw some pressure in the market, and very much near our support zone market bounced off, that is 5190 points. Now the issue is, if at all market wants to continue up, then I want to see a closing above 5242. In that scenario we will start analyzing the market again with a different perspective, which we will discuss once we see a closing above this area. Or on a negative scenario, if at all market wants to come down and revisit this zone, establish a base here, then we will wait for a breakout either to the upside or to the down. Let's see where the market goes. As of now, it's at a very critical stage. Let's see how the market will perform during coming week. As I just mentioned, it can be very volatile as Trump is taking over. Weekly chart of ADX market, that is Abu Dhabi Securities Exchange, is looking interesting but yet not bullish. Check this out. If at all you are watching my analysis regularly, I have been mentioning it's been trading within this symmetrical triangle pattern, and from here we saw a nice bullish momentum. We saw a breakout of this resistance. Previously when it was trying for a breakout, we saw strong rejection. This was the second attempt. Again market came down, and then recently it made two more attempts, but it was not successful. At the same time, our support zone is intact within this symmetrical triangle pattern. Whenever market was trying for a breakdown, we saw good support into this zone. Finally, we can say that this wedge pattern is now broken with this green candle, and this is a pause candle after this bullish momentum. If at all we consider this to be positive, then we want to see market crossing this area, that is 9,531. This will be very critical. On the negative scenario, if at all it breaks the low of this candle, then it will turn negative, that is 9,459 points. Coming week is very crucial for ADX market. Let's go down to daily and see how the chart is looking. And here we can see 3 rejection candles back to back. We did not see any good momentum. These 3 candles are negative. We can see market is trying to climb up slowly, but it's getting rejected as we are seeing VIX at the top. This is not a good indication. At the same time, I had mentioned after the breakout we did not see good volumes. Market is just going sideways. Maybe it's establishing a base here, and then potentially we may see an aggressive move to the upside. So still it is kind of stuck within this range right here. This is the resistance and this is the support. During the day, if at all market wants to come down, then this should potentially act as a support. Maybe we can see a bounce up again. If this support zone is not holding up, then there are chances it can even come down to visit 9,404 points. This is a bit negative scenario. On a positive note, if at all market breaks this resistance and close above this area, then obviously it is trying to go higher. It will be very clear that market is changing its direction, because as of now, if we see a bigger scenario of ADX market, we can clearly see right from this zone, that is 9,837 points, market dropped aggressively. We are seeing a recovery, but still we did not touch the high of this swing. It's been trading below this area. This is the wedge pattern, which is good. We have already seen a breakout, and now we do not want to see it coming back into this zone. Hopefully it continues going up from here. This is the daily chart of Apex. It's looking very bullish, but mind you, there are chances now it may get resisted anytime soon. Reason is, check this out, it was trading very nicely within this channel. Bottom area, that is this white line, is acting as a support. We can see multiple attempts were made by the market, but buyers are holding up. They are not letting the price go any lower. At the same time, resistance is identified at the upper trend line. When market was trying for a breakout, sellers were aggressive. They were pushing the price down. Recently what we saw is market bounced up multiple times from the recent support zone, and it's been climbing up very nicely. There are 2 resistance zones identified. Number 1 is obviously this trend line, that is somewhere around 4.77 now. There are chances it can climb a bit up and get rejected, come down again for a correction, or in a very bullish scenario, next identified resistance is at 4.85. This can be a strong nut. If at all you have taken entries at the bottom areas, this is a good zone to book partial of your profits. The reason is, if at all it hits the resistance and comes down aggressively, we will see good profit booking because it's been climbing up continuously. On the other side, if at all you are booking partial of your profits, at least you will have some of the quantities. If at all it continues going up, breaks 4.85, then at least you will gain more profits. We can plan fresh entries when it comes down to revisit the support zone that was previously a resistance. If at all we see good volumes of buying pressure into this zone, this should be again considered as buying opportunity. For now, entering right at the top can be very tricky. If at all you take your positions here or here out of FOMO, it can get rejected and come down. So let's wait and see how the price reacts into this zone. This is the hurdle for Apex. If at all it break past, then we consider this to be positive and we can plan for entries. Do not take entries right at the top. It can be very risky. As we know, support zones are identified already. These are the areas where we should take entries and then ride the move to the upside. Hopefully you took the entries at the bottom areas. Hit the like button if today's video was helpful. Thanks for watching. Keep stalking.